created to have some fun together, sharing and singing. So, join and enjoy.
Our love for opera brings us together. Thanks for being with us in this trip.
But well,
Yeah.
and now I also recalled another Australian soprano that has been we have been naming very often in these programs because
For a while.
because now I recall that she sang this aria from Le Cid, uh, Pleurer mes yeux, my eyes are crying, and I when I noticed that she had recorded that aria, I asked myself, how is she going to sing the bass notes at the end? And the and the way she did it was very simple. She sang them an octave higher.
I have done that.
But where is the drama? If you wrap up, that's where you say "Pleure, monsieur," because it is dramatic. But if you say "Pleure, monsieur," where is the drama? If you sing it like
Yeah, there's no. The drama is that you don't have that sound.
is the drama? Yeah, right. The drama is when you notice, oh, I have to do this, right?
Because I can't.
Yeah, let's go for another one before because we are about to have Katya sing again. But before we do that, oh, this is not a nice one. The divo or the diva used to mistreat his or her fellow singers because he or she thinks he's allowed to. Again, I think you know many examples of which we are not giving names again, but it is sad. It is very sad when you have someone, a colleague on a stage, and you notice how he mistreats people. It's just something to be embarrassed, not something to be proud.
Yeah.
You have never done that, right?
Of course not.
Because I saw your face and you were like, "Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that."
Oh my God, I hope I have. No, not at all.
If remember that if it is not on Facebook, it never happens.
Oh, thanks God. No, 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 not at all. No, like I said, and I think I repeat it a lot. Uh, we serve people, we serve public, so we have to respect everyone.
And instead, when you know that you are the stronger performer on a stage, you should be helping your fellow
Of
singers,
course.
not doing the
Yes.
opposite.
You have to support, you have to advise, you have to help. We are partners. We are not in a war. We are not opposite sides.
Yeah, we're well. I was about to say we're not competing, but actually, yeah, many singers are competing on stage. So let's pause it there. And I know that you are going to sing us something now. What is it that you are going to share us?
Oh, yes. I have this De Vieni non tardar from Le Nozze di Figaro. And I have to say that it is my first area, the first area I was given and I started to study. But talking about these deep sounds, I was studying the part where you say, perché non splende il ciel notturna face. Nowadays, I sing it. But when I was studying this, I had not the sounds at all. And my teacher told me, you may sing higher. Perché non splende il ciel notturna face. And that's what I did in that moment. But now I sing Addis's Graydon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see. Giunse al fine il momento che godrò senza affanno in braccio alido il mio. Vive cure uscite dal mio petto a turbar non coco, la amenità del loco, la terra e il ciel risponda, come la notte i furti miei seconda. Viene non tardar, oh gioia bella, vieni ove amore per goverta pela, finché non splende il ciel notturna face. Finché l'aria ancor bruna il mondo tace, qui mormora il ruscello, qui scherza l'aura, e col dolce sussurro il cor restaura. Qui ridono i fiori dell'erba è fresca, ai piaceri d'amor qui tutto adesca. Vieni, ben mio, tra queste piante ascose, vieni, vieni, tipo la fronte incoronar di rose, tipo la fronte incoronar di rose.
I don't know about you, but I could listen to Mozart all day long.
Oh, it's my favorite composer in this life, next in this world, and others.
He had such a nice taste, a nice way of writing for the voice. This precise way of letting the voice flow. I think some tenors may disagree, as in La Clemenza di Tito, but except for
Oh, I was
that.
thinking about Queen of the Night, but yes, it flows.
But even the Queen of the Night, if you forget about the highest notes she sings, in fact, it is a very nicely written character.
Yeah, I think that there is not a most beautiful way to say kill him.
Ah, yeah, you have never you have never heard such a nicer way of saying that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for our next topic. And I don't want to give the comment, but tell me, or tell us better, because it is usually you people that are watching us. By the way, I would like to thank people. I noticed in the statistics a few people from Belgium following the channel now, so thank you very much. Yeah, our best regards from Mexico to you people in Belgium. Thank you for joining us. So excuse us if Katya and I have this conversation just as between her and I, but it is because we like to keep it natural. But I would like to now that you address to all people watching this video, and when you finish a recital, when you had a presentation, people usually like to approach to you. Tell us a little about what do they tell you? How do you treat them in response?
Okay. Well, people used to tell me that they enjoyed my work, that I sing well, I have a beautiful voice, that they loved my singing, and that they loved perhaps a special piece of music. And I always try to listen these comments because it is nice to feel that you made a great work because finally you work and effort and rehearse to have a good product. But mm, I think that it would be nice to listen that someone telling it would be nice to hear somebody telling you that maybe something can get better because we are changing all the time and we're learning all the time. So it would be nice to know what else could you do to increase this work you're doing for them. And I always try to be nice. Probably I'm not because I'm not perfect. I don't know, but I always try to listen, to be humble, to really appreciate their words, to take all these good things. And when I thank every single person that approaches to me, I do it from my heart.
Have you had a time when you know you were not in the best conditions, and well, people may suppose it, so we may confirm it now. When you know that you did it as well as you wanted, because we're humans, so something may have happened differently. And when the people approach to you and say, "Hey, you did great," but deep inside of you, you know that you didn't do it the way you were expected to do. How do you react? You feel at the end like maybe a little depressed, a little angry, and in return, when people approach to you, or you just get over it very quickly?
No, I remember my last concert in a university. I was crossing by depression and anxiety and lots of stress. And while I was singing, I felt like I was about to have a heart attack. I felt terrible, and it wasn't present in my voice. I think I sound well, but I was feeling like dying. And when all these people come around and start to say, "Oh, you were great and you sound beautiful," it was like medicine. It saved my life because I was about to say, "Oh my God, I don't want to keep singing anymore." So it saved my life.
Yeah, and well, many people may not be aware of it, but for many singers, I would say the love that you give in return to the singer really means a lot. So
Yeah,
when you have had, because I think it is something that works both ways. You give them something you prepare for them to appreciate, and in return they appreciate you with a nice applause.
yeah,
So with that in mind, how is it that we have singers that also treat the public as crap? Singers who think are some so much high in the sky that don't even belong to this world, that if you encounter them at the airport and you say hi and you want an autograph, or just say hi, and there are these singers that, "Oh, please don't take my time, I'm too busy," or please get out of
yeah,
my way. I i have a personal anecdote which I shared with soprano Belinda Ramirez couple of, I believe, about a month and a half ago. I had already attended some of her concerts when I was a teenager still, and my mother had the chance of seeing her sing at an auditorium that she worked close to. She came home, and my mother gave me a cassette. So just imagine how many years of that. So she gave me a tape.
oh my God, a stone one.
And I had an autograph of Belinda Ramirez on that one. And my mother was so very happy because she told me that Belinda, the singer, the soprano, was not only a very beautiful woman, which Belinda actually is for people who know her, but she told me she's such a nice and gentle woman. You know, if all singers could project that, that they say, oh, he sang well, but at the end I approached him and he treated me like crap. I mean, that shouldn't even happen. People, fellow singers, if you have someone approaching you, please, you know, you have to appreciate them back. Don't take them for granted. Your music
Yeah.
will go away some point in your life, so make sure you didn't do something nasty to them.
Yeah. I would like to add that when you take that kind of attitude, I think that you have lost your vision and your mission as singer, because you start study and prepare as a singer to share, to give, not just to show off and look, I'm so talented person. It is about to give. So when you treat somebody like this, you lost your sight and the floor.
And if you allow me, I would like to share with you now something else. It is going to be from Zarzuela, La del Soto del Parral, and the Romanza. This piece of music is called Ya mis horas felices, which I really, 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 really love, and which unfortunately is for a baritone. As I told you last week, the best pieces are for baritones. That just can't be. So, how can a beautiful piece of music like this can take place in a program for divas and divas? Because one of the most popular tenors of the recent times, whose name I am not going to give, recorded it. Of course, he did something whenever the written notes for the baritones could be somehow difficult to sing. He did some changes. So, since tenors do that very often, that's what I am going to do. Because it had to be in a program like this, okay? So you can already see at Katya's look of disapproval, but what can we do? Life's just not fair.
It's not.
Ya mis horas. Sorry, I shouldn't have drunk water before. But this proves that we are live, right? So I went and now I lost where I was. Ya mis horas felices me alegre vivir, todos los risas y esperanzas, no volveréis a mí. Si con fuerza en mi pecho prendió la llama del pesar, desamor, llanto y amargura, solo podré alcanzar. Eres mi mujer, la que yo quiero, y a ti sola di mi corazón. Yo no sé fingirte, ni pensé en la traición, ni sabré mentirte nunca con mi pasión. Si sufro callando, respeta el silencio. Hablar no es posible, pues debo callar. Ya veis si es tormento sufrir sin hablar. Quiero desterrar de tu pecho el temor. Quiero que tu fe vuelva a mí. calmarán mi amargura. Besos de tus labios, mujer. Mi alegre vivir no puede olvidar ni aquella paz que gocé. Hay tiempo feliz, ya no ha de volver el bienestar que perdí. Para siempre se fue la luz de mi ilusión. La vida toda que alienta en mí pasión. Vivo dominando mi pena. Siento la esperanza perder. Lloraré mi amargura en tus brazos, mujer. Well, that went fairly well. And no, and I think we should give a couple of minutes for this thing that tenors really love, taking away pieces from the baritones, which is somehow unfair. Let me tell you why. I have a good friend that knows all the recordings of this famous Spanish tenor who has sung many baritones romanzas. So people now are used to the way he does it. And for instance, in this song that I just sung, when he says "En tus brazos, mujer," that is something that baritones cannot do, unless he's a very light baritone or a very high baritone. They have a much wider voice, so they go like "mujer," much wider, but it doesn't sound as when a tenor does. So I shared a very nice video of a very famous baritone, Spanish baritone as well, to this friend, and he replied back telling me, "No, this version sucks." So I asked him why, and he told me because he doesn't do it the way a tenor does. So when tenors sing baritone's pieces, they make people get used to the way it would sound in the voice of a tenor, but tenors sound different. So when people are confronted to how they actually should be sung, now it turns out that they prefer the tenors when they should be preferring the baritones.
So tenors are monsters.
So tenors could be monsters as well. Yeah, right. Occasionally, tenors can be monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And I have another comment here. This is for most of the times for a soprano. The diva keeps a note much higher or for longer, just to expose that his fellow singer is weaker. Notice, not because he or she can, but because he wants to prove that his fellow singer on stage is weaker.
Oh my God.
Stop laughing and tell us an anecdote of that.
No, I don't used to do that.
Well, don't tell me you've never been on a stage with someone who has not been very good to you and you say, "I will take my revenge then."
No, of course not.
Never?
I'm a great person indeed. No, because I think that we all have differences with our partners, and you don't have to love all of them, but there are places to arrange things, not on stage.
But there are people who really do that on stage.
Of course, yes, and I've heard cases and I know names, that I will not give. But
You're nervous now.
yeah,
You recalled someone, right?
I know that happens, but I think that again we have to think in the music and in the public. So I shouldn't, and I haven't, and I won't.
And you know, there are many times, or I'm not sure if it has ever happened to you, that you may be feeling that day perfectly well. You know, we have shared in the past that the voice is not always that healthy. And there are days when your voice is very, very good. But that day happens to be a very bad day for a fellow singer. So it can happen that you actually don't want to showcase yourself or to make him feel worse. But the truth is that people notice when there is one that is not in the best conditions and when there is one that is actually much better that day. I recall an anecdote. It was one of the most famous dramatic tenors that we have had in Mexico. He was having one of his last recitals a good number of years ago in the past, and it was a much younger Rodolfo Acosta. I can give his name because his reference is positive. He was on the same program that day, and I told myself, oh my God, two tenors on the same stage. That's not going to work. One of them, much younger, the other tenor, was already retired. So I told myself, this is not going to work. Of course, the tenor retiring broke his voice a good number of times. He was not in good besides being retired, that day he was not in very good conditions. And I saw Rodolfo do something that I really loved. It was not his number, but he left. He entered the stage. He somehow hugged the other tenor, gave him an applause, and continued singing along with him. You know, that level of professionalism. And at the end,
Yeah.
when people were giving the applause, he himself was giving the applause to him, because we knew that the effort for him was much higher given that he was already retired. And we felt this level of, a partnership on stage,
Yeah.
which we all really loved. That's an
Yeah.
anecdote that I wanted to share.
Yeah, it is. It is a great anecdote. It has to do with I use respect a lot, but I think it is a very important question. Um, it has to do with partnership and with empathy, and I think that it talks more about your human quality that I will sing louder, I will sing higher, I will sing longer. Yeah, there are places to show off, there are music to show off, and you have to take care with your circumstances.
And as with these comments, I would like to wrap up today's program telling you that let's bring the meaning of diva on Divo to all those artists who are just great in the art they recreate, in their professionalism, in the way they treat people. Let's bring back that meaning to diva and divo, and let's forget about all these divas and divos that just have problems trying to control themselves. Let's give diva and divo that great value that those words deserve to have, to recognize an artist and not just spoiled and pampered adults who never really grew up. With that in mind, and of course, we will have Katia wrap up today's program singing something else. But before we do that, I would like to share with you that today is the last program of this first season, if we are allowed to call it like that. We have today we have had 8 programs talking about a good number of miscellaneous topics around opera and the world of singing that I have enjoyed a lot. You have noticed that we loved most of the program, even if we are talking about serious topics. I hope this series has helped you somehow. And I want to announce that the very next program we are changing to a different topic, and we will be talking about the most popular areas in opera. If you watched us first on YouTube, you may have realized that it is Katia again who is introducing that new season. It started playing on YouTube a couple of days ago, and I noticed that people are already reacting positively to that announcement of the new season. So thank you very much, Katia, for being with me in this first season, and we will continue to see you on the second one. And now let's leave place to the music, please.
Okay. I'm about to share Noche Hermosa from this zarzuela Katiuska. It's a very special song for me because it almost has my name. So it is a piece of music that I love a lot, and I would like to dedicate it to. It goes to Miguel. I hope he's seeing this program. Espero que estés viendo este programa. Espero que disfrutes la canción. And I hope that it is a good song for all of you watching us. Noche hermosa de jazmines perfumada, dile al eco que repita mis palabras. Noche hermosa, que de luna estás nevada, lleva lejos piano, piano, esta triste canción. Dile que vuelva pronto, dile que mi amor le aguarda. Dile que la ausencia es pena, pena que me mata. Dile que vuelva pronto, pronto, porque me muero si tarda. Noche hermosa.